1, 2, 3, 4!
Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Now today I'm going to be doing a top 10 list of my favourite debut albums. So this was quite a hard list to choose. Like I think the first like the top 5 were quite easy, but from like there on, like there were like some albums what I could like interchange. I've got like a couple of like honourable mentions, but like almost like made like my list. But like there's only 10 what I could choose, and like yeah, it was like quite difficult to pick. So sort of like some like honourable mentions what I have here. We've got Paul McCartney's first album, McCartney, like as a solo artist. Pretty good album though, like a little bit patchy though I'd say. The Police, Outlanders, De Amor, it has some classic songs on it but didn't quite make the cut for me. Same sort of thing like Tom Petty's first album, self-titled one like I believe. I mean like American Girls on that album for goodness sake, but like unfortunately like it didn't quite make like my list. And like Paul Weller's solo debut album as well from 1992 so has some great songs in it, but like once again didn't quite make my list. So anyway, we'll now just start with number 10.
Hey kids, let me tell you how I met your mom.
Yeah, so number 10, absolutely it is an album by Tencc, their first album here. Very good album actually, probably my favourite Tencc album, and like maybe not like the best, but it certainly has some classic songs in it. Rubber Bullets was a #1 hit in like the UK. Donna I believe was #2 hit, and then also what's the one, The Deed and I as well, fantastic song. That was also like a top 10 hit as well. And then like beyond those songs there's some great songs as well. I really like Headline Hustler, the Hospital song, Ships Don't Disappear in the Night. So yeah, there's some great stuff in there. So like, I'll hopefully like get around to like reviewing this soon because it is a very good album. Next one in at number 9 is the first album by The Jam, and this is In the City here. This was originally going to go higher, like on like my list, but like I listened to it like recently, and like I kind of decided to just like notch it down a little bit, because it's like very sort of consistent sound. There's a lot of like energy like in this album, and like it sort of like comes through like in like the songs, but they're all kind of like the same sort of style. So that's why like it's only at like number 9, but this does have some great songs that I mean, like Art School is on here, Away from the Numbers, In the City, Sounds from the Street. And yeah, there's some amazing songs in here. So yeah, they're a really great band, and great live band at like this early stage like in their career.
People try to put us to down. Talking about my generation.
Now, so number 8, I am going with the album what like in like many ways like directly influenced The Jam's first album, like what I've just shown. I'm of course talking about the Who's My Generation here. Fantastic album. I have reviewed this like on my channel, so please do check out the review. This is some great songs in it. Like I think I gave it about like 77%. I think it got, so yeah, like a great score. We've got like of course the classic like My Generation on here, The Kids Are Alright, and then some other great album cuts as well, It's Not True and A Legal Matter, and then some pretty good covers as well of like a couple of like James Brown songs and that. So yeah, very good album like indeed, like certainly is like really great like early 60s mod stuff on here. Like it's certainly like a very good album from that sort of scene. Now at number 7, I am going with the debut album from Pink Floyd, Piper at the Gates of Dawn. Really, for many people this is considered a psychedelic classic. I really love this album. It is like my sort of go-to psych album. Some amazing songs in there. Astronomy Domine, I think that's how you say the first song. I'm probably very wrong there. Lucifer Samalov as well. Interstellar Overdrive, fantastic song. Sid Barrett, like it was like the main sort of brain behind this album, and yeah, it's a fantastic album. Very different from like where Pink Floyd like were going to go, but there was certainly like a band who like evolved like throughout like the years, and like this was like a great starting point. Yeah, fantastic debut album. Now at number 6, I've gone with the first sort of proper album from John Lennon as a solo artist. It is the album Plastic Ono Band. Now, Now, like, Johnny had done a couple of like solo projects or like stuff with Yoko before this, and Two Virgins and like the Wedding album and that. But this is like his first proper one with actual songs on it, and this is amazing. Really, really, really solid album. Never used to be like a big fan of this actually, but I have recently. It has like recently like grown on me, and I'm just trying to like, remember like some of like the best songs. I mean, we have Mother, the first song's amazing. Remember is like one of my favourites. God, it's a fantastic song. Working Class Hero, yes. There's some amazing songs in here. So certainly like a really, really, really fantastic debut album, and like definitely like in my opinion, John Lennon's best album like as a solo artist. Now the next one, I don't actually have a physical copy of. I am at number 5 putting the Smiths' first album. Fantastic, fantastic album. Got some amazing songs in it. I mean, This Charming Man, probably being like my favourite song on the album. Other great ones, Still Ill, What Difference Does It Make, Reel Around the Fountain. So yeah, just some amazing songs. Definitely getting that for like, well, I can get paid like on Thursday. So like you definitely see that in like my next vinyl update video.
Last night I said these words to my girl.
And now at number 4, I am going with the first album by the Beatles, and Please Please Me Here. A really fantastic start for them. Some amazing songs there, like Once Again. I mean, like I saw a standard there. Anna is a great cover. Please Please Me. Do You Want No Secret and Twist and Shout to close, or the highlights like on this album for me. Great start for the Beatles. Really like energetic album. Really spontaneously like recorded as well. I have also reviewed this as well, so please like give it a watch if you can. So yeah, a really, really, really great start for the album, number 4 on my list. Yeah, so yeah, at number 3, I'm going with the album The Hurting from Tears for Fears, a band who like I'm still quite new to. I haven't actually got any off like the other albums yet. For me, this is a really, really, really fantastic album. I mean, pretty plain designer, but it has some amazing songs. I mean, Mad World is already, Pale Shelter, Stuff for the Children, Change. So and it's just an amazingly consistent album, and like a really, really great start for them. I don't believe that like they ever really reached like the same sort of peaks as this album. I believe the follow-up like songs from the Big Chair like often like gets like is like more like slightly more known than like this album, but like I think like it's like general consensus that this is like the better of like the two albums. But yeah, amazing album. Fantastic songs, just a great, great start for Tears for Fears. So now at number 2, I've gone with another solo Beatles album, and like again, like with like the John Lennon Plastic Owner Band one, you couldn't say that this like wasn't like his first proper solo project, like as he had done albums, Wonderwall Music, what was a soundtrack album, and like an experimental one, Electronic Sound. But this was like his first proper one with like actual like songs and that. It's All Things Must Pass by George Harrison. Just amazing. 1970 this came out, and it is a double album. Well, like actually like a triple album. Like I don't much care for like the third disc though, but it's just so consistent like across like the first 2 discs. Just trying to think of like the songs here again. My Sweet Lord was a massive hit for George. What Is Life is fantastic as well. Isn't It a Pity? Beware of Darkness, Run of the Mill, All Things Must Pass. Just like tons and tons and tons of fantastic songs. And yeah, just like a real like one of like the very, very best solo Beatles albums. So now at number 1 on my list, I have decided to go with the first album by the Stone Roses here. This was like certainly like their most popular album, their most well-known one, and like they've only made like the 2 albums, this one and then the second coming a couple of years after this. But I certainly don't think that a band has like ever got it so right on like the first time. Like a lot of like people say that the Sex Pistols first one, like Nevermind the Bollocks, was like a classic sort of punk album, like which it is, but this to me is like just like more like the classic albums of like the indie rock like era. Just such a amazing album, really. I mean, so many great songs. I mean, like I Want to Be Adored, She Bangs the Drums, Waterfall, Bye Bye Badman, and Made of Stone, This Is the One, and like to close the amazing I Am the Resurgence. Just such a bloody good, consistent album. And like, yeah, like they'd been like around like a while before this, and made like a couple of like singles before this album came out. So they were like a well-rehearsed band. They were a very tight band, and like sort of like knew what like they were doing like in like many ways. But like when this came out, it was just such a fantastic album. So yeah, the best debut album for me would be the Stone Roses' self-titled first album. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please leave like your favourite debut albums like down below in like the comments to this video. Also, if like you have like any suggestions for future videos, like I've got like a list where like I'm like working through. So like if like you have suggested something and like I haven't done it, like it is on like my list to get done. Like I'm just like sort of like taking my time. Like I haven't got like too much time on like my hands at like the moment. So like I'm just like trying to do videos like whenever I get like a spare moment or two. So yeah, like anyway, I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.